Birtle by Hailey. One calming day, Zeus and Nekhbet were looking at the sky, and Zeus realized he needed an animal constellation for the night, to rule over the night. They used their god and goddess's powers to begin creating. After Zeus and Nekhbet were working hard to create a substance to make an animal, they then saw the animal appear right in front of them. They realized many things about this animal, one of which they noticed was that this animal would fly, possibly above the clouds. Zeus asked Nekhbet to give the animal the ability to fly, and she agreed. And with the help of a vulture goddess, who had helped Zeus give the animal shape and size and even the ability to fly, he could manage to make this work. However, the animal could not fly without wings. They needed another god or goddess to help the animal be fast and to have wings. But where and who? Nekhbet wanted to give the animal wings and speed, but it was too much work, and the wings would be too large or too small. Nekhbet was slow and could not produce the speed the animal would need to acquire. They needed a master in wings and speed. Zeus looked at this bird-like creature and continued to think. They needed a name and a god or goddess to help. The two gods and goddesses and the strange creature set out on their search. They passed by lakes and mountains. They were to continue on their long search, and into the adventure they went. The animal squawked, and Zeus and Nekhbet were scared. The animal squawked towards the top of a mountain. Zeus and Nekhbet decided this animal was pointing to the direction they should go. So off they went. When they reached the top of this large mountain, they were out of breath, but still in search. Zeus picked up on a noise. Talking! Yes, talking. Who? Who could this be? Ah, yes, Hermes, the messenger god. Zeus excitedly said,
Hermes!
What use would he be?
Stated Nekhbet.
Very fast, and he seems to enjoy wings. I mean, he does have them all over himself.
Exclaimed Zeus. The speed and wings they need lay with Hermes. They continued to walk, and there, a tiny house. Zeus knocked on the door. Hermes opened the door and screeched, horrified at this creature in Nekhbet's arms. It almost looked like a vulture, but too tiny and too different. Hermes looked at this animal and questioned the other god and goddess on what this was, and what they needed. Nekhbet explained,
Zeus needs an animal of the night sky. A vulture was too gruesome to represent a magnificent thing.
She also told him about the speed and wings they needed. Hermes was so fascinated by this, he was completely interested in helping. He gave the animal the speed it would need, accompanied by the wings. He ripped the wings off of his shoes and put them on the animal. The gray wings Hermes put on Birtle soon turned to blue, to match Birtle's feathers. Hermes went inside to check if he had extra wings for his boots that he could grab later. He did, and then came back outside.
Wait!
Yelled Hermes. Hermes questioned.
It needs a name.
Hermes, interrupting Nekhbet, who was about to speak, screamed,
Birtle! Yes, Birtle. I like that. That shall be this creature's name.
Zeus and Nekhbet turned to each other and nodded in agreement. They did need a name. The animal was so scared of the yell, it flopped on the ground. Then Zeus thought aloud,
How will we get Birtle into the sky? None of us have the strength at the moment to throw Birtle into the sky.
Birtle, laying on the ground, squawked. It almost sounded like the name Kratos. Yes, Kratos. The god of strength and power. That's who would help Birtle into the sky. Hermes, acting if he was so popular, pointed out,
Ah yes, my buddy Kratos. We are quite close buds. We go way back. I shall give him a call. I'm sure he would be glad to help.
Birtle, Zeus, and Nekhbet all rolled their eyes at how Hermes was trying to act like he was so important. Hermes walked into his tiny house like he was the most important and popular thing in the world, just for knowing Kratos. This was quite weird, because he did not act this arrogant in meeting Zeus, and Zeus was very important. Hermes had called for Kratos by screaming as loud as he could. Birtle outside peeped in laughter at how interesting Hermes was. Kratos soon appeared, and was very intrigued by this animal. Birtle looked up at him and smiled. The Birtle smile. Kratos questioned what they wanted from him. Nekhbet responded with,
None of us have the strength needed to put this bird into the sky as a constellation, the animal of the sky. Do you mind using your strength to toss him up into the sky?
Kratos did not mind helping out Nekhbet, Zeus, Hermes, and Bertel, so he agreed to help. Kratos picked up Bertel from the ground, and they exchanged smiles. As day became dawn, Kratos used his strength and power, and into the sky Bertel went. The gods and goddesses waved farewell. They admired Bertel in the night sky.
Bertel will be a fantastic constellation to fit the stars,
Hermes said in awe. Soon after, the 3 gods and 1 goddess went into Hermes' small house and relaxed after the hard work of the day. All the gods, 1 goddess, and even Bertel remembered. Though it was a difficult task, great work was accomplished, and they managed to get Bertel into the sky. And there, through Hermes' window, you could see the powerful yet majestic Bertel, resting as a constellation in the night sky.